Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'll be reviewing Bath & Body Works Fall Traditions collection. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. The next group of fall scents that I'm reviewing from Bath & Body Works is the 2023 Fall Traditions collection, which is available now both online and in stores. Unfortunately, since this collection comes in faceted packaging, it is more expensive, so I'd recommend waiting for a sale to pick these up. There are 6 scents in the main collection, only one of which is new, and I picked up all of the fragrance mists. They have since added a 7th online-only scent, Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, which is also a re-promote. I didn't pick that one up, but I did review it last year, and I'll link that video in the description box. I do like the packaging on this collection, as the bottles have a raised leaf design and bright copper labels. It feels very fall, and it's a nice change from the traditional faceted bottles, but I still don't think they should be more expensive. I also think that leaves, which I reviewed in the previous collection, should have come in this bottle. And note that the bottles are actually clear, and it's the liquid inside that's tinted. The Fall Traditions collection includes Together Weather, described as quality time with your favorite person. Sweater Weather, described as a cool fall day in your favorite knit. Ivory Cashmere, described as comforting and adventurous at the same time. Champagne Apple and Honey, described as crisp bubbly with a sweet kiss of apple. Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, described as a nutty, sweet fall breakfast treat. And Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte, described as a frothy, sweet, seasonal coffee shop specialty. And now let's get on to the reviews. First up is Together Weather, which is the only new scent in the collection. And this has notes of blushing breeze, sugared cardamom, and soft cedar. And this opens very interestingly. It feels airy and bright, and almost citrusy. And there's a bit of a spiciness that has an herbal and almost medicinal quality. And that leads into what I feel is a soft floral note. It also has sort of a dark fruity note, even though it's not listed, as well as a vanillic quality with some sweetness. As it dries, the woodiness comes out, and I end up with a sweet, woody vanilla with a bit of spice and fruit. At first, I was a bit puzzled because the herbal, spicy quality was a bit unpleasant. But once the scent had dried down, it became sweeter, fruitier, and more vanillic, while still having a sort of airy quality, and then I liked it much more. I'm going to focus most of the comparisons in this video on Together Weather, since it's the only new scent in the collection. And first I have Bath & Body Works Wicked Vanilla Woods, with notes of magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. And this is a really heavy, woody vanilla scent, and it has some sweetness, but it's not sugary sweet. It has a deep, warm, ambery quality, as well as a kick of spiciness from the pink pepper. And it dries down to a spicy, ambery, woody vanilla. These are both woody vanillas with a spicy note, but Wicked Vanilla Woods retains more spice and is more ambery, while Together Weather is lighter and more fruity. Next is Bath & Body Works Blush Cardigan, which has notes of sweet raspberries, sugar-dipped violet, and warm amber. And this is a beautiful, powdery violet scent with sweet candied raspberry and warm amber. These share a similar fruity berry quality, but Blush Cardigan has more sugary berry and overall warmth, while Together Weather is more vanillic. Then I have Bath & Body Works Pinkberry Clouds, with notes of strawberry spun sugar, marshmallow fluff, and fresh air. And this is a very sweet, powdery cotton candy scent with some fruitiness, and the airiness makes it feel like a lighter version of Cotton Candy Clouds. These are both sweet, fruity scents with an airy quality, but Pinkberry Clouds is more sugary sweet with a lighter fruit note, while Together Weather has a more woody vanilla. Next is Bath & Body Works Sunrise Woods, which has notes of creamy sandalwood, sweet berries, and cozy cashmere. And this is a warm and cozy scent with a lot of sandalwood. It also has a good amount of berries and a kind of creamy sweetness. These share a sweet mix of fruit and woods, but Sunrise Woods is warmer and creamier, while Together Weather is more airy. Then I have Bath & Body Works Pink Suede, with notes of blush berries, velvet peonies, and soft cotton. And this is a sweet berry scent that has a musky, fresh linen type of quality to it. And there's also a subtle floral from the peonies. These both have a similar fruity sweetness and light quality, but Pink Suede has that linen feel, while Together Weather has the deeper vanilla. And finally, I have Cheirosa 40 from Sol de Janeiro, which has top notes of plum, black amber, and cassis, mid notes of orchid and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, woodsy notes, and musk. And this is a sweet, fruity vanilla with a syrupy liquored plum. It has a soft floral and a dark, warm amber, as well as a woody vanilla base that's almost a bit powdery. I'm hearing that people think this is a dupe for Together Weather, and while there are similarities, I don't think they're exactly the same. They're both sweet, woody vanillas with a fruity quality, but Cheirosa 40 is deeper and syrupy sweet, while Together Weather is more airy and light. Cheirosa 40 is my favorite scent from Sol de Janeiro, and I don't think that Together Weather has that same delicious quality to it. And the next scent in the collection is Sweater Weather, which is a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of sun-crisped apple, autumn leaves, and orchard woods. And this opens with a lot of sweet, fresh apple and a bit of an airy quality. Then a feeling of greenness comes in with a mix of the leaves and woods. I don't find this to be a very complex scent, as to me it mostly smells like fresh apples that have a bit of sweetness along with some greenness. I don't dislike this scent, but it just doesn't feel like anything special to me. And for comps, first I have last year's version of Sweater Weather, which has the same notes of sun-crisped apple, autumn leaves, and orchard woods. And I do actually feel a subtle difference between these. The 2022 version seems more woody and green, while the new version seems to have more of the sweet apple. I never wore the old one after my review because I didn't really care for it, but I think that this year's version is a bit better. And then I have Bath & Body Works Country Apple. And while this doesn't have the notes on it, I think this version has juicy apple, apple blossom, fresh muguet, sheer sunlight, and orchard woods. It's a soft floral scent with fresh apple and a subtle fruity sweetness. While these both have apple and orchard woods, Country Apple has a stronger apple note and has the added floral, while Sweater Weather is more airy and green. And the next scent in the collection is Ivory Cashmere, which is also a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of fresh lakeside air, silver musk, and white amber. And this opens with a fresh, airy quality. It has a subtle sweetness to it, and the musk gives it a light, fluffy feeling. That sweetness mixes nicely with the warm amber. And to me, this is just a clean, airy, ambery scent with a musky sweetness. And for comps, first I have the 2022 version of Ivory Cashmere, which has the same notes of fresh lakeside air, silver musk, and white amber. I have to say, I do feel a bit of a difference between these two. Last year's version is more of a warm and airy scent with a sort of light, fluffy feeling. It's more creamy and sweet, while this year's version is more fresh. They're not completely different, but I do feel like I prefer the older one. Next, I have Bath & Body Works In the Stars, with notes of starflower, sandalwood musk, sugar tangelo, white agarwood, and radiant amber. And this is the classic sweet, ambery, woody floral that has a very high-end, perfumey quality. These both have a similar quality with the musk and amber, but In the Stars is sweeter and has a floral touch, while Ivory Cashmere is more fresh and clean feeling. Then I have Bath & Body Works Indigo Dreams, which has notes of bergamot water, glowing amber, and warm musk. And this is a warm and airy scent that to me has a bit of a smoky quality at times. It has some citrusy brightness, as well as a subtly sweet woodiness. These share the warm musk and amber, but Indigo Dreams is brighter and more creamy, while Ivory Cashmere is more fresh and airy. And the next scent in the collection is Champagne Apple and Honey, which is a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. And this opens with a scent of fresh apple cider. The apple has some tartness, and there's a bright, bubbly quality to it. It also has a light floral note, and as it dries, the scent does get sweeter. There's a hint of the woods, but to me, this is predominantly a fresh apple cider scent that doesn't have a spicy quality that a lot of apple cider scents have. I have come to enjoy this scent more, but it's more of a like than a love for me. And for comps, first I have the 2022 version of Champagne Apple and Honey, and it has the same notes of crisp apple, sparkling champagne, jasmine honey, and autumn woods. And to me, these two versions smell pretty much the same. I'm not picking up on any discernible differences, so I think that they retained the same scent. Then I have Bath & Body Works Leaves, which has notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. And this is a spiced apple scent with a subtle sweetness. It has a spicy apple cider feel without much of the sparkling quality, and there is some sweetness as well from the nectar. If you want a heavily spiced apple cider scent, you could opt for Leaves, which is currently available, rather than Champagne Apple and Honey. I didn't include Bath & Body Works Winter Candy Apple in the comps, but I wanted to mention that it also has an apple cider feel, but it has a lot of cinnamon. So it is more spicy than Champagne Apple and Honey, but it's less spicy than Leaves. And the next scent in the collection is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, which is also a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. And to be fair, none of the notes in this scent really appeal to me except for the brown sugar, as I don't like pumpkin, maple, or waffle scents, so you can factor that into my opinion. This opens with a strong waffle note as well as a lot of spices. It's not super heavy on the pumpkin to me. It smells more like mixed spices. I don't really get much of the brown sugar, but there is a good amount of sweetness from the maple syrup. And to me, this is a spicy stack of waffles with sugary maple syrup, and it's just not for me, as I don't like smelling like pancakes or waffles. I did have last year's version, but I got rid of it since I didn't care for the scent, and unfortunately, I still don't. And for comps, first I have Bath & Body Works White Pumpkin and Chai, with notes of cinnamon cider, spiced pumpkin, and vanilla glaze. And this is the only Bath & Body Works scent with pumpkin that I kept in my collection. It's a lighter pumpkin scent with a heavy vanilla note. The cinnamon is quite prominent, and it does smell like a cross between cider and chai tea. While these both have pumpkin spice and a foodie quality, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles is much sweeter and more gourmand, while White Pumpkin and Chai is lighter and more vanillic. Next, I have Warm Vanilla from Victoria's Secret Pink, which has notes of shaved cinnamon, pumpkin cream, and marshmallow fluff. And this is a spicy pumpkin scent with a hint of vanilla. It has spicy cinnamon and creamy pumpkin, with just a hint of the marshmallow. These share the spicy pumpkin quality, but Warm Vanilla is spicier and creamier, while Pumpkin Pecan Waffles is more syrupy sweet. And then I have Cheirosa 71 from Sol de Janeiro, with notes of caramel, macadamia, white chocolate, vanilla, sea salt, and coconut nectar. And this is an extremely sweet vanilla scent that has a buttery popcorn note, as well as a nuttiness from the macadamia that I personally find a bit overpowering. To me, it smells like nutty cookies and sweet toffee. And while these share a sort of buttery, syrupy quality, Cheirosa 71 is more nutty and vanillic, while Pumpkin Pecan Waffles is more spicy with that pumpkin. And the last scent in the collection is Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte, which is a re-promoted scent. And this has notes of pumpkin latte, toasted marshmallows, creamy sandalwood, and praline musk. And this opens with a mix of sweet and spice. I find the pumpkin to be very light, which I appreciate, and I'm not getting too much of a coffee note either. There's also a lot of creamy marshmallow that doesn't feel too powdery, as well as a warm wittiness. There is a lot of sweetness, but I find it to be more vanillic than praline-like. I actually think this smells more like a sweet, creamy vanilla marshmallow with a bit of spice and woods than it does a pumpkin latte. Last year, I thought this scent smelled like a spiced muffin with some pumpkin and an overall creaminess. I did declutter that one because I didn't really care for the pumpkin, but this year's version seems different. It's more like spiced vanilla marshmallows, so I do like it more this year. And for comps, first I have Bath & Body Works Midnight Amber Glow, with notes of smooth amber, caramel latte, and vanilla bourbon. And this is an ambery fragrance with a noticeable coffee note. The caramel and vanilla add a lot of sweetness and keep it from feeling too strongly of coffee. While these are both sweet vanilla scents with a latte note, Midnight Amber Glow's coffee is stronger, and it's overall more of a caramelized amber scent, while Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte is more creamy and woody. Next, I have Bath & Body Works Vanilla Mocha Cream, and this is the same scent as Vanilla Mocha Martini if you have that version. And this has notes of cozy cappuccino, vanilla orchid, and white tonka bean. This is a coffee scent that also has a soft powdery floral, and it dries down to be really creamy and sweet. These both have the coffee and creamy vanilla, but Vanilla Mocha Cream has that touch of floral, as well as a much stronger coffee note. And then I have Chai Latte from Victoria's Secret Pink, which has notes of chai spices and brown sugar. And this is a spicy cinnamon and clove scent with an underlying brown sugar. It has a bakery note that feels kind of like gingerbread, and I get a lot of spice and a softer coffee. These share the spicy sweet mix, as well as a gourmand quality. But Chai Latte is much spicier, while Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte is more creamy and vanillic. Overall, this collection wasn't very exciting to me since it was mostly full of re-promoted scents. If I had to rank these, my least favorites would be Pumpkin Pecan Waffles and Sweater Weather. And honestly, everything else is kind of about the same to me. I do like the remaining 4 scents, but none of them stand out to me as anything amazing. Champagne Apple and Honey is a pleasant scent, and Ivory Cashmere is nice, but I don't think it's as nice as last year's version. Surprisingly, Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte was better than last year, and I actually liked it. And I think that the new Together Weather is really nice, but I can't say that it's an instant favorite. So that's it for my review of the 2023 Fall Traditions collection from Bath & Body Works. Let me know what you think of these scents and if you're going to give any of them a try. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.